That's right.
Here we go. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Tuesday edition of Shredding Social. You can see we've got three. It's just not Joe. It's just not Josh. We got Andrea in the house, and anytime we get to hang out with Andrea is always a dang good time. Let's just call it as it is. She's part of the Shredding Social team, and she usually has better insights than Joe and I do. So that's why we bring on Andrea, because she makes us look a lot better with it, just Joe and I. But we hope everybody had an incredible weekend coming off of Memorial Holiday. By the way, huge shout out to everyone celebrating the Memorial Holiday, and for those who have served, currently serving, and who have, of course, given their lives in the protection of our freedoms and liberties. So, of course, that's why we celebrated yesterday. But that's going to be our conversation about that in particular, is really how to engage on your day off. But before we get into that, Andrea, Joe, how was your guys' weekend?
Oh man, I was feeling all the beach vibes. We were having a great time, took some time off, had friends over, a good buddy of mine who's retired from the Navy, and also got to talk to some family and some other Army retirees in the family. So
nice, very cool.
Super grateful this weekend after Memorial Day.
Yeah. Same, but no beachy vibes, even though we live near the beach. It's cold and rainy here in Southern California. If you have a friend or a family member lives in Southern California, like, just give them a word of encouragement, because we're not okay. It has been very cold and very rainy, but I had an opportunity to going on a really cool hike on yesterday morning with a bunch of friends, but including a currently serving Marine, and who just like we hiked up this really huge, cool, like, top of a mountain where there was a big flagpole, and he just shared some really cool words about, you know, how to really honor our veterans and our members currently serving. It's cool to hear that perspective. I think it's what this is all about, right? Is perspective, and we each have a unique perspective and voice, and, you know, taking this to social media today, that's the point of what we're doing. You surround yourself with people that you want to learn from and be interested from. I think on socials, no less. And, you know, during the week and during the regular business week, I think we talk a lot about the things that are important to our business and being a thought leader in that area. But sometimes things are a little different on your day off. And Josh, I mean, you posted some really cool things yesterday. I think we should start with you. Like,
yeah.
Well, if somebody for somehow missed this, like, what did you do? Like, what did you do yesterday? Let's just talk about that.
So here, and I'm so glad we decided to have this conversation today, because as you know, with our Shred You community and coaching on social media that all of us do, is so many people are always asking about business, because that's what, unfortunately, in the mortgage industry and real estate industries, we just sometimes think about social media as only a business tool. And sometimes we just think about it like we got to be posting business all the time. In particular, yesterday, I was just sharing what was going on in my life. Joe, you know, and Andrew, you've probably seen, I have a huge flagpole. And for those of you who don't know, I live in the very rural mountains of Utah. And as you turn into the valley in which I live, my flagpole is literally the landmark. Like, it's a landmark. Anybody who comes into it, people drive past it, people are like, you're the land, like, you're that flag. And people are so proud of it. And celebrating Memorial Day, celebrating a holiday where we truly get to remember those incredible men and women who have served our country, or even just what the flag represents for us as human beings. That's how I started my day, Joe. I did a quick little video, like, and I wasn't trying to get business out of it. I was just sharing the things that were important to me. It was my day off. But again, social media, I get to talk with my community. I get to share something that's meaningful to me. And that's what this is what the conversation is all about. It doesn't have to be business all the time. Share the things that are important to you, because ultimately we're building that community. Your community is going to see that as valuable, is going to see it as respectful. They're going to see the things that are important to you. So, Andrea, what are your thoughts when it comes to, because again, you had a great day hanging out with friends and family. How do you find that balance, if you will, of sharing, you know, hey, it's my day off. Do I need to share anything? Should I be sharing something?
Yeah, well, I'm a big fan of planning ahead of time. Anybody who knows me, that's the operational mind talking there. And I really do try to, just in general, as a business principle in life, spend more time in these golden years while my kids are still at home, to be present when I'm off. So being able to actually detach doesn't mean I'm not necessarily, capturing video fodder, because that's always happening, right? The phones are always out, always taking pictures of the family and kids and everything. But I try really hard not to think about it always as, like you said, with putting up the flagpole. It's not a photo op. It's just a genuine part of who I am. And so one way I'm able to do that is to take the pressure off of feeling like I got to get that moment in to post today. I don't want to be sitting there enjoying a beautiful sunset and going, oh, shoot, I got to post that today so I seem real and relatable. And that's not how it works. And so for me, planning ahead and having a tool that actually allows you to post and schedule to social media across all your platforms, to me is a really big part of the success of being able to detach.
Oh, I like this, Joe. And so I know, Joe, you do this so well. You found that balance with your kids, because all of us have kids. That's something that's so important to all of us, is our kids being in the moment. And I'm like Andrea too. I like when I'm checked out, I want to make sure I'm present and there with my family. But at the same time, things happen in the moment. Even yesterday, I took some video and shared some stuff that was going on with me and the kids. That if you want to share those things, Joe, you can share those things. Just because you have the day off doesn't mean you can't take a second and engage.
Yeah, well, I think it's, you actually each gave a really interesting and different perspective on this topic, right? I think, Josh, you're living in the moment. You're creating content every day about what you're doing. It's just a part of your life. And for a lot of folks, that's just not the case. And then, Andrea, I think you brought in a really good perspective for those that's not the case. And that's probably the majority of our viewers and the people in our industry and just in social media in general, is like, hey, look, I know I'm not going to be able to, either not going to be able to or not want to be engaged in social and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and use a tool like a social coach or others that allows me to schedule and plan my content out so that I can be, 100% present with my family or my loved ones on those days off. And I think I kind of sit somewhere in between both of you, because I love to do both. And, I think that the one thing that I think I tend to skew a little bit more on the Josh side of the equation. And I think what the reason, the purpose for that is one of the guiding principles for my social media strategy is that to show my whole self, not just my business self, not just my personal self. And I think these days off and your holidays and, even just a fun, Saturday afternoon or Monday evening with the kids or your wife or your whatever, is an opportunity to showcase who you are outside of work or who you are outside of your profession. Because what we know and what the statistics show us, and Andrea, I'm sure you've got about 10 of these that you could share, is that, people buy from people, not people don't buy from corporations. That's becoming increasingly relevant in today's world. And particularly when we're thinking about the mortgage industry, your personal brand and who you are is the reason why people want to work with you and the reason why realtors want to refer you business, etc. So being more of you is actually really important, and it can be a business post, even though it's not, because part of what you are is what you're doing outside of the office time that we all spend probably too much time in. But I think that's where you can, really highlight and focus on highlighting your other parts of yourself to your community.
Dude, I absolutely love that. I love that so much, Joe. Sorry, Josh, real quick. I just want to jump in and say, you don't have to do anything that doesn't feel natural for your personality. Correct. Like, I have to say, everything Joe was like, yes, this is amazing. But I got to be honest, I'm sitting with the two most extroverted guys in mortgage. And I'm not going to be the gal who's going to do the TikTok dance for you. Like, that's just never going to happen. My professional persona, how you want to present yourself to realtors, be free to find that balance between being as authentic as you feel comfortable with.
Andrea literally took the words like right out of my mouth, because I was going to say what's so crazy is the three of us do have very, very different styles of doing it. What's funny though is people think that like, Josh lives in the moment, but they know the backside. Like, I schedule the majority, 99% of my posts are scheduled. Like, they're planned ahead of time. That doesn't mean I'm not going to take a moment like yesterday. I didn't pre-record that. I did that yesterday in the moment. And I still did it, but the majority of our content is scheduled. Me and my team, we work together on it. Everybody knows Dal. We are thinking far, far ahead, so I can enjoy those times and in the moments when I'm with my family or I'm at an event. Sure, I'm going to capture things that are going on, but that's why, to what Andrea just said, every single one of you are different, and that's okay. Whether you want to do in the moment, whether you want to do more planned content, or whether you want to do the TikToks. I spoke at an event last week, and I would say there was a good majority of the room that were excited to be doing TikToks. And I'm like, cool, like rock and roll. Whatever you decide to do, that's you. But to all of what we are saying here, find your groove and just get consistent with it. Whether it's scheduling, whether it's why I love stories, why I love Facebook and Instagram in particular right now. And now YouTube just launched stories. It's something that I don't have to worry about editing. It's happening in the moment. I can do a story right now. As a matter of fact, I will. Let me just, everybody knows, like, that's the best part of this is like, it's simple. It can happen in the moment and I don't have to worry about it. And again, it's posted there, done. Ladies and gentlemen, we're shredding social right now with Andrea and Joe. Just got to create consistency and make it happen. Done, posted,
Done.
and but that's
Okay.
just it. It's simple and easy enough, but to the same extent that Andrea and Joe have both mentioned, use a tool that can help you. All of us, we overstress, we overthink it. And when we start to do that, that's when we just don't do it. So if you have a tool like Social Coach or others out there, pre-plan it out, have a post ready to go out, whether you're posting once a day, 3 times a week, whatever your cadence is, just make it happen. This conversation is so relevant because especially with summertime coming up, I know both of you like, hey, I want to spend time. I've got a vacation come up. Do I share this like post with the family or do I just be in the moment? So
well, you've
find
inspired me
whatever's
though.
best.
You've absolutely inspired me, Josh. I think it's all about, I'm going to take back the IT principles here. Growth mindset, agile as a discipline in your life is literally a try this. There is no failure in this effort. Okay.
Boom.
So just what Josh did, I'm going to try it today. I'm going to get out there when my son is playing with his slime obsidian. Sick, awesome slime, by the way. Plug for that company. They're awesome. I'm going to do it. Like Joe's always encouraging me. So I'm going to try something today. I'm going to put my skin in the game here.
I love it. I
There
think
you go.
that's it, Josh.
That's a
This is
wrap.
awesome combo, guys. Just do it. Nike it.
Then Nike, just
Try
do
it.
it. Get out there, have fun with it. Look, try it. You're gonna make mistakes, and that's okay. Just get after it, have fun with it, guys. As always, be sure you tune in every single Tuesday to learn some of the best tips, tricks, and strategies when it comes to shredding social. Sometimes Andrea, myself, Joe, who knows? We're always gonna be here for you, though. We'll see you guys next Tuesday on another edition of Shredding Social.